Looks like we have another epic chapter of the Smith family drama. And all I gotta say is no! What's up, guys? It's Bad Decisions, where we watch people make
bad decisions.
It's your boy Sherm.
It's your man Jay.
Jaden Smith was asked about who got him on his psychedelics journey, and he said his mother.
Mama.
When we said we wanted to bring him to the table, I was like, well, what do you want to talk about? He said, mushrooms.
Yeah.
The magic kind, of course.
Yeah.
First and foremost, what the is going on? Reporting on the Smith family has become the equivalent of watching a horror movie. You know some bad ish is about to happen, but you can't stop looking at it, and you just see the main character just get deeper and deeper into some ish. It's funny because years ago, people would always say that the Smith family kids are weird, are strange. Like, when I mean strange, I mean like Addams Family strange.
Please, what is it? What do you need?
And now it's like we know the reason why.
At this point, my opinion of Jada Pinkett Smith is so low that literally the headlines of the article could have read, Jada feeds her kids Fruit Loops, and I would have been looking at her like, what's wrong with this woman? She rubs me the wrong way. I don't know what it is. Well, I know what it is. We all know what it is.
I got into an entanglement with August. That's what I said.
An entanglement?
Yes. Yes.
A relationship?
Yes, it was a relationship. Absolutely.
But she just rubs me the wrong way, to be honest with you. She just seems to be an agent of chaos. From the outside looking in, no matter what she says, no matter how innocuous it is, I always analyze it from an overly critical perspective, simply because of the history between her, my man Will, and just the overall sense I get from that family. It seems a bit odd. Like you said, almost like the Addams family.
My main question is why? Listen, I get that she had some depression issues, so she decided to go an alternative route, and she decided to do that, which is fine. No harm, no foul.
I was introduced to plant medicine 10 years ago to deal with my depression. Yeah. And it knocked it out. Unlike just going to therapy and putting people on Prozac, right? Which I did that too. For me, I had struggled with depression for so long. You know, I mean, crippling depression. So the thing about the plant medicine is that not only does it help you feel better, but it helps you solve the problems of how you got there in the first place.
But my main thing is, why get your kids into it? Because America, we already have a serious drug problem as it is. Am I saying psychedelics is equal to fentanyl? No, I'm not saying that. All I'm saying is that if we have a serious problem in America, like, why would you try to contribute your kids to it? I don't know. I just think that's weird to me.
From what Jaden said, Jada introduced the family to psychedelics, and that sounds a bit vague to me. So my interpretation of that is Jada indirectly introduced the family to psychedelics. She didn't directly say, here, take these. I think that over the 10 plus years that she was using the psychedelics to help with her depression, her kids naturally saw that it helped their mother out. And, you know, maybe they were facing a down moment in their life because, you know, they're Hollywood kids. And I'm sure they go through some crap that we probably don't know about because we're not stars ourselves or kids of stars. And so because of that, they decided to try it out themselves, hopefully once they became adults.
As for Jaden, he says recent studies that touted mushrooms as one of the most significant advances in treating depression over more traditional antidepressants inspired his use of psychedelics.
It started as pure curiosity.
Yeah.
For the first time, I had like a ego dissolution where I was like, that was the moment that really changed me. You get to a place in your life where you're blocked by something, whether it's a trauma, whether it's your emotions, your ego, not being able to express yourself. And then I feel like psychedelics are a way to tear down that wall and see what's beyond it. Doing it guided with people that are professionals, I feel like really increases the chances of having that mystical experience.
Now, am I saying that it's not possible that maybe Jada saw that Jaden might have been depressed or Willow might have been depressed and maybe suggested that these might help? I don't like that scenario, but the other scenario where she's using it for her own personal depression, and it just so happens that as the kids get older, they decide they want to try it out. I'm not saying it's the best thing in the world, but I'm not going to crucify Jada for it, even though my opinion of Jada still remains very, very low. Personally speaking, I've never tried psychedelics in my life, and I probably never will. With that being said, I'm pretty much indifferent about them. I'm indifferent about the legalization of them. As long as they're not harming people, or people can find some sort of benefit from them, more power to them. As long as the benefits outweigh the costs and no one else is getting harmed, I don't really see a problem with it. I know that more and more studies are coming out about the positive effects of psychedelics, so that's good. And I even have people in my personal life who they are therapists, and they're actually getting certified to start using psychedelics to help treat their patients. So, our clients. So, I mean, again, I'm kind of indifferent about it as long as no one's getting hurt. So.
You gotta want to do it. This is not play. Yeah. And you gotta be really willing to confront some hard stuff.
Yeah.
And it's very healing, and it's changed my life.
I'm just saying, don't put your kids onto it. And matter of fact, I'll just give an example about myself. Do I drink casually? Yes, I drink casually. If I have kids, I don't have kids right now. Would I introduce my kids to it? And would I be like, all right, like for example, even my kids were 21, I probably still wouldn't drink with them, because my main thing is this: even though I don't think it's the worst thing in the world, there's still bad side effects to it. And to me, that's not worth it. And I also have a friend, right? So I have a friend, very, very heavy weed smoker. He's actually looking to get into a dispensary, actually, like try to have his own dispensary. And he is like zero tolerance when it comes to his kids, because his main point too is like similar to my own. And his main point is this: are most people who smoke weed, can they be productive? Can they get their work done? Do they do it casually? Absolutely. But for him, he said that 5% chance that his kids are going to be unproductive or they're going to be unmotivated is 5% too high, and he doesn't want to have any parts to it. If they naturally do it to themselves, all right, cool, whatever. Or if they prove later on in the future that they can do it, yes. But he doesn't want to be that bridge for them to cross, because he doesn't, that 5% is just too much. And that's how I feel about it. Like I said, it can have great effects. They could feel better. But at the end of the day, for the slight chance that they are in the minority, and you never know. Here's the thing. People always make assumptions that like, oh, my kid would never do this. My kid would never. Matter of fact, even some of the jobs that I worked at, going to college, right? So I used to work at like grocery stores, and I would have managers be like, yeah, my kid would never do this. And then their kid went to my school, and I'm like, bro, your kid is not who you think they are. So just for the slight chance that your kid might not be what you want them to be, it's not worth it.
Are you trying to say that people's kids aren't special?
Not at all.
I agree.
So ultimately, do I think it's a good decision, bad decision? For me personally, I'm going to say it's a bad decision. Just anything that has that potential, like I said before, too much for me, especially in the hands of Jada. I'm sorry. I don't have any trust, man. I don't have any trust. Like, if it was somebody like, I don't know, they could have said The Rock, and I would have been like, even though I still don't approve of it, all right, it's Dwayne. Dwayne's cool, right? But like her, she doesn't have the best reputation, combined with something that's like I'm in the middle about. I'm like, nah, bro, it's a no for me, dog.
Overall, Jada just seems like a very, like I said earlier, an agent of chaos. I don't really hate to say it, honestly, I'll be honest. She just seems like she's all like just too new agey, too open-minded. And I know that might turn some people off, but
I just felt like I needed more freedom. The public wants you to be a certain way, your family needs you in a certain way, your partner needs you to be something, and for me, that just was never, I'm really a free spirit at heart. I really am, and I always have been. I just felt like my life had got constricted into this little box, and it was strangling me, basically,
Long story short, I agree with you. As far as Jada being the intermediary between her kids and psychedelics, I'm not for it. Whether it was indirect or direct, it's a no. Just because it's Jada.
Yeah, I mean, because you see how things are currently going now, and then with the red table and then everything else, and then like my main thing, man, leave Will alone. I like Will, bro. I'm fighting for Will's rights. Leave him alone.
Yeah, man. Will, we love you. And I don't know. More power to you, man.
All right, but this has been Bad Decisions. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. And to all our decision makers, let us know what you guys want us to review next. All right, we're out.